I think that's a really interesting question. Um, the reason I think it's interesting is because I think things have changed over time. And when we first started in this field, I think that there was maybe a little more emphasis on conforming because at that time, to conform meant more access to reinforcers, right? And more access to social interaction, more access to jobs or to education.
You're talking about the rule of automaticity, I think, which states that behavior analysts should create contingencies which allow the individuals in our care to gain and generalize these skills so that they can achieve natural reinforcers in their
Absolutely.
environment.
Absolutely. And I do think that that's important. It was important then. I think it's still important now. But I think that there has been some movement in terms of acceptance of differences, which is a wonderful thing.
Indeed.
And I just think that one of the things we've discussed, I think, in the past is judging the past based on today. And I don't think that that's necessarily fair.
You mean the revisionist history
To look
that
back
we
and-
spoke about,
Yeah.
I think, the last time, which is like, during Henry VIII's time, what did medicine look like versus what it looks like now? I mean, it's kind of a laughable comparison. I mean, we have robots doing surgeries now. Well, we know so much more about the body.
Yeah.
We have x-rays.
Absolutely.
There's so many advances.
So many things change, and that's a great thing. And I think in terms of that question, can you read it one more time?
Yes. Is ABA therapy helping individuals or training them to conform to societal norms?
And I would argue it can do both.
Yeah, I would say it is both, because with cultural responsiveness, it's really about the individual family's values
Yeah.
and norms. So, if are we going to teach individuals to use a fork and spoon? Yes. Is that conforming to a societal norm? Yes. Will it benefit the individual? Yes. Will they use it in the natural environment? Yes. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I don't want to conform to societal values. I am a punk. I'm a punk rock girl. Punk rock girl from the 90s. I'm not about conforming to societal, but we all conform to societal values.
And it depends on the setting that we're in and what it is that we want for ourselves in that setting.
Yeah.
So I love the fork and spoon analogy because there are some families that don't use forks and spoons, that
So true.
don't sit at a table for a meal, and that's okay. But to have that skill to be able to go to school where people are most likely sitting at a table eating with a fork or a spoon, it lets them be part of that environment if that's what they want. And I think that's really where that question should live. Is that what they want for themselves? And if it is, then great. And if it's not, then maybe that's not an important goal.
Yeah, it's about individual, meaningful goals and outcomes, and defining that for the family, for each family.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and what you want to teach your child and what you want for your child. That's
Yeah.
where the goals and the treatment goals really come from,
Yeah.
is those open-ended questions we first ask when we're getting to know our precious families. It's like, what's important to you?
Mhm.
What
your
are the biggest
values?
challenges for you? What are your values?
Mhm.
What do you want to see? Because reading is conforming to societal values. It's a pretty important skill for independence.
Yeah.
Learning to count is a very important skill. Using a phone conforms to societal values. So paying your taxes, I mean, I'm not teaching anyone to pay taxes, but how much as a society do we have to conform to be successful? Like, if I'm a nudist, do I have to wear clothes to my job? Yes, because it's lawful. You have to wear clothes to your job, right? But does it go against my values? Maybe. I mean, I'm not a nudist, but that's just one
But
sort
no
of.
judgment to the nudists out
But
there.
that's extreme. That's an extreme example.
Yes.
Like, I think when you look at successful people, they are adaptable.
Mhm.
They're very adaptable. And that adaptability is something that we do talk about in our science. We talk about generalization. Is it going to adapt into the natural environment? Are
Mhm.
they going to get reinforced?
Is it relevant in their day-to-day life? Are they coming into contact with people where that skill would be really useful to have? Right.
Yes. So I think we let the families or the individual define their own values, and we work towards those values that are defined by the patient, the client, their families.
Yeah.
Um,
And at the end of the day, it's their decision whether or not they use the skill. We just wanna make sure that they can if they want to.
I mean, another society conformity would be using money, right?
Mhm.
It's like you don't go into the store and steal because there'd be real consequences, punitive and harsh consequences. So, do we want to teach like the whole society system of money? Yes,
Yeah.
we probably do. But always through the lens of the individual's family and values. And I think that's really where um, some of the newer clinicians got lost
Yeah.
is, we had this in ABA, we had, this gold rush, people call it, where these venture capitalists came in and they really did do a lot of harm.
Yeah.
I will say that because one of the talks that myself and Jose Rios did was we really looked at these assessments, and I think we looked at over 50 of them to write about case formulation and how you gather and
Mhm.
set the case and design the treatment. And they were cookie cutter.
Yeah.
And I think when you are starting out and you're working for a big venture capitalist company,
And you don't have
um,
much
you
support.
don't have much support. You can't
Yeah.
phone a friend. You're not working with 3 BCBAs like in our trainee program.
Yeah.
Like the trainees get to work with so many BCBAs. They get so many opinions available to them. But I do think it really it is a yes question, like we are, and it's a no question. It's a really it depends question, and it really
Yeah.
is phenomenal behavior analysts get to know their clients, and there
Yeah.
is absolute collaboration on the defining of treatment goals of what's meaningful.
That's so true. I think also, not all providers and not all companies are created equal. So you need to make sure if you're getting these services that you're getting what you want out of them as a family and as an individual, um, because it's not one size fits all.